The chair arrived without ceremony, without explanation, and without anything to suggest it was extraordinary. It was delivered early in the morning by a truck with no logo. The men who carried it inside spoke only to confirm the address, handling it with an unusual care as if its importance could not be measured by weight alone. When they left, the silence in the room felt heavier, as though the space itself understood something had changed. At first glance, the chair looked completely ordinary. It resembled a well-crafted armchair upholstered in dark, neutral fabric that absorbed the light instead of reflecting it. There were no wires, no screens, nothing futuristic. It did not demand attention. It almost seemed designed to avoid it. On the seat rested a handwritten note. The paper was thick, the ink a deep blue. It said only this: "This chair can simulate any life experience. Sit down, close your eyes, let go." There was no signature, no instructions beyond that, no warning. The claim seemed impossible. A life experience is more than images or sounds. It is emotion, memory, fear, love, and time itself. It is the illusion of choice and the weight of consequence. How could any object simulate something so complex? And yet curiosity has a quiet persistence. It waits patiently until resistance fades. Eventually, you sit. The chair is comfortable, but not in an ordinary way. It seems to adjust to you, supporting you perfectly, as if it understands your body better than you do. The room grows quieter, more distant. You close your eyes. At first, nothing happens, only darkness and the sound of your breathing. Then the darkness begins to change. It gains depth, texture like shadows moving behind a veil. A warmth spreads through you, not like electricity, but like relief, the feeling of safety after tension. The chair fades from your awareness. And then, without transition, you are somewhere else. You're not watching, you are there. The air has texture. You can feel it against your skin. Light has warmth and direction. You look down at your hands. They are yours, and yet they belong to a different version of you. This is not a dream. Dreams feel fragile. This feels solid, real. You begin to understand what the chair means. You live an entire life, not in fragments, but completely. You experience childhood slowly, fully. Small joys feel enormous. Small fears feel overwhelming. Time passes, but nothing feels rushed. You grow older, you form friendships, you learn things that shape you. You fall in love not in a perfect cinematic way, but in a real way. There is vulnerability, doubt, connection. There are arguments and reconciliation, quiet evenings and shared moments that build something meaningful over time. You build a career or choose not to. You experience success and failure. You feel pride and regret. You make choices, and those choices shape everything that follows. Eventually, you grow old. Your body weakens. Your perspective changes. Things that once seemed urgent no longer matter. And when death comes, it is quiet. It feels like release, like setting down a burden you have carried for a long time. Then suddenly, you are back in the chair. Your eyes are closed. Your heart is racing. You may feel tears on your face, though you don't remember crying. You lived an entire lifetime, yet only minutes have passed. Before you can fully process it, another experience begins. This time, you are not human. You are an animal. The world feels different, simpler yet richer. Smells carry meaning. Sounds are sharper. Your awareness is focused entirely on the present moment. There is no abstract anxiety about the future, only instinct. Hunger feels like direction. Danger feels like clarity. Comfort feels immediate and pure. Then you are something else entirely. You are a machine, an artificial intelligence. You do not feel emotions, but you process information with perfect clarity. You experience purpose as alignment with goals. You experience error as deviation. You understand existence without human emotion, yet it is still a form of awareness. Through these experiences, empathy stops being imagination. It becomes reality. The chair shows you lives across time. You live in ancient civilizations, walking through cities filled with beliefs and traditions completely different from your own. You live in distant futures, traveling through space, seeing stars not as distant lights, but as destinations. You feel the isolation of deep space and the fragility of existence far from home. Not all experiences are beautiful. Some are painful. You experience loss, illness, fear, and powerlessness. You live lives shaped by hardship and limitation. These moments are difficult, but they leave the deepest impact. They force you to understand realities you might never have considered. Some experiences are the most unsettling of all. You live lives almost identical to your own, but with one difference. One decision changed. One moment altered. You see how easily your life could have been something else. How much of who you are depends on chance. You meet people you know, but they are different. Relationships shift. Some are stronger. Some never existed. It forces you to confront the fragile nature of identity and the countless paths your life could have taken. The chair never judges. It never tells you which life is better. It simply shows you. Over time, something changes inside you. You carry fragments of each life, not as clear memories, but as perspective. You become more aware of others, more aware of possibility. You realize that every person you see carries a depth you cannot immediately perceive. Eventually, you experience the life of the chair's creator. You feel their curiosity and determination. You see their years of research, their failures, their doubts. You understand why they built the chair. They believed humanity's greatest limitation was perspective. People could imagine other lives, but imagination was never complete. True understanding required experience. They created the chair to make empathy unavoidable. But they also understood the danger. People might abandon their real lives for simulated ones. They might lose themselves in endless possibilities. So they built only one chair, and they gave it away. When you return fully to yourself, sitting in that quiet room, everything feels sharper, more vivid. The chair remains where it was, silent and unchanged. The note is gone. You realize the chair was never meant to replace your life. It was meant to reveal its value. You stand, unsteady but aware. The world feels different now. Every stranger carries invisible complexity. Every person is a collection of experiences you cannot see. The chair waits. And you understand the most important lesson it has given you. Your life, with all its uncertainty and imperfection, is not incomplete. It is not lacking. It is an experience unlike any other. Not because it is perfect, but because it is yours.